friends, welcome back to our Floral States of America project. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you're enjoying learning a little bit more about every state of the United States. We are back together today to work on our fourth state, Georgia. Georgia is one of the southernmost states, and it is so much fun. The flower that we're going to be showcasing today is called the Cherokee Rose, and it is such a pretty flower. I wish it was native to my state of Illinois because I'd love to grow some in my yard. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got for the fabric for this project as well as the block. Georgia is known as the Peach State, but I don't know. I think it should be known as the Cherokee Rose State. This is the fabric that Cottoncuts has chosen for us to represent the Cherokee Rose, and it is absolutely beautiful. And this here is the block that we're going to be making with this fabric. You can see that light gray triangles there are the actual rose-colored fabric, and then we've got some dark blue, navy blue accent, and some white as well. Let's go ahead and get started making this an easy block.
Georgia, officially the state of Georgia, is a state in the southeastern region of the United States. It borders Tennessee to the northwest, North Carolina to the north, South Carolina to the northeast, the Atlantic Ocean to the southeast, Florida to the south, and Alabama to the west. Of the 50 United States, Georgia is the 24th largest by area and the 8th most populous. The province of Georgia was created in 1732 and first settled in 1733 with the founding of Savannah. Georgia became a British royal colony in 1752. It was the last and southernmost of the original 13 colonies to be established. Named after King George II of Great Britain, the Georgia colony covered the area of South Carolina, south to Spanish Florida, and west to French Louisiana at the Mississippi River. On January 2, 1788, Georgia became the fourth state to ratify the United States Constitution. From 1802 to 1804, western Georgia was split to form the Mississippi Territory, which later was admitted to the U.S. states of Alabama and Mississippi. Georgia declared its succession from the Union on January 19, 1861, and was one of the original 7 Confederate states. Following the Civil War, it was the last state to be restored to the Union on July 15, 1870. Georgia is infamously known as the Peach State due to its rich history with the delicate fruit. Franciscan monks introduced peaches to St. Simons in Cumberland Island in the 16th century. By the 18th century, peaches were being grown by the Cherokee Indians, but they didn't become widely popular until after the Civil War, when Georgia farmers were looking for alternatives to cotton. By 1928, over 8 million bushels were being grown in Georgia annually. As well as being known as the Peach State, Georgia is also referred to as the Watermelon State, the Buzzard State, the Empire State of the South, the Goober State, and the Yankee Land of the South. But tasty fruits are not the only things that Georgia has given to the world. One of the world's most iconic brands has its roots in Georgia. In 1886, pharmacist John Pemberton invented the original Coca-Cola formula in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, you can visit the world of Coca-Cola in Atlanta to explore the brand's history and even sample some different Coke flavors from around the world. However, Georgia also has something for all of you with a sweeter tooth. In 1922, the very first Girl Scout cookies were sold in Savannah, Georgia, when a local Girl Scout troop decided to bake these yummy treats and sell them to help raise money to further their mission of developing young girls into strong, confident leaders. These cookies quickly became popular, and by the 1930s, the Girl Scouts of America began to standardize their cookie recipe and production process to what we know today. Along with feeding our bellies, Georgia has also played a key role in the history of feeding the nation with peace and promoting change to better the lives of all who live there. Georgia is often considered the home of the American Civil Rights Movement because many key events were organized or enacted there. The life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King is felt all across the state where he was born, raised, preached, and shaped a foundation that would lead him to become an icon of peace. Georgia's collection of museums, schools, churches, and other landmarks tell the important stories of how civil rights leaders advanced social justice and shifted the course of history. From the birth home of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Atlanta to a historic school and meeting place of civil rights leaders on the Georgia coast, there are over 28 attractions across 8 cities that tell the tale of Georgia's footsteps for Dr. Martin Luther King's trail. Not only has Georgia played a key role in civil rights, but it also aided in women's rights movement. In 1836, the Georgia Female College in Macon was the first college in the world chartered to grant degrees to women. On January 7, 1839, it officially opened its doors to the first female students allowed to advance their education. This private liberal arts women's college, now known as Wayland College, opens its doors each year to just over 700 female students. This college was also the birthplace of what we now know today as Alpha Delta Pi sorority. Georgia prides itself on being the trendsetters of change and diversity. In 1943, Georgia made history again by lowering the voting age from 21 to 18. This progressive decision predated the national adoption of the 26th Amendment in 1971. Georgia's move acknowledged the contributions of young adults and affirmed their right to participate in the democratic process. Next time you sink that winning putt between the teeth of a clown's face, remember that Georgia is the birthplace of miniature golf. In 1929, Garrett Carter built the first mini golf course in Lookout Mountain. His creation became a popular attraction, leading to the spread of miniature golf throughout the country.
Okay, that might have just been the quickest and easiest block I think we've made so far. There were only a handful of triangles, and this is it. That's what it looks like. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Looks so pretty. All right, last step in this process is we need to color up the Georgia state on our map. Now, I still haven't received my other markers in the mail, so I'm a little limited in my colors, but that's okay. We'll make up for it later with other states. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with coloring up the state. Okay, there we go. Our state of Georgia is all colored in, and that is the peach state. So you can see they've included a little bitty peach in the bottom, as well as our flower, the Cherokee rose. This, again, is our beautiful fabric, the Cherokee rose. I just love this fabric, and I love the pictures that I've seen so far of that flower. It's too bad I couldn't plant that in my own backyard. Well, friends, that's it for Georgia, the peach state. I hope you've enjoyed this video so far in this series. If you haven't already, please hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed so you can follow along with us. I'll see you again really soon for state number 5.